Now, moving on to the second session, the cue card session, which is not always performed very well by the Indian test takers. First of all, when you are given a time to prepare, like 1 minute, your preparation time is 1 minute. The examiner says, no, you're all read. Like when you are in front of the examiner, it is like we're all nervous. We all have this inhibitions, exam fear and stuff like that. So that is that, considering, okay, we have to manage that as well as do some brainstorming with the question, and also you also have to prepare, and then within 1 minute you have to prepare and you have to speak for 2 minutes, which is not a difficult task if you take it in the right way. Now these IELTS topics, none of these topics requires technical knowledge. What you need is just look around and speak what you see. It's not rocket science. I usually tell my students, because IELTS is not testing your general knowledge. It's not testing your subject knowledge, like maybe if you're a nurse, if you're a healthcare professional, or if for that matter if you are into any trade. The British Council doesn't, or IDP doesn't really test your ability in your subject. What you definitely require is maybe read the newspaper every day. That is something I usually suggest to my students. Watch some English programs, which will definitely enhance your vocabulary, your language structure, your confidence. The better you are in communicating the right way, you will be more confident, and you stand out against, you stand different in the crowd if you have a very good communication skill. And for that matter, confidence also, like I said, it boosts confidence too. Now, when you talk about, coming back to the cue card session, what I usually suggest to my students is this 1 minute that you get is not for you to write so many things. Like you're given a piece of paper and a pencil, and that 1 minute is not to fill in that piece of paper. Maybe you can draw 4 columns, because there will be 4 cues which will be asked in the cue card. So I would say that you take down only keywords. Do not write the whole sentences. What are you going to do with the whole sentences? If you write it down, you won't be able to read it, because you're going to speak. And that too, I've seen many of my students, they do not really use the paper that they write. So what is the use in writing? When you're getting this time to prepare, you plan your speech. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. When I say you plan, you would want to consider where you were starting, where you want to start from, what do you want to speak, and how do you want to end it. A cue card without a conclusion doesn't really score much. So you should definitely know that there should be a beginning, there should be an ending, and also this is the time for you to plan. Okay. Now I would say that first, second, and 3 cues wouldn't really make much a difficult. It wouldn't be very you wouldn't really have to put in too much of effort in those 3 cues. But the last one, let's say, for example, let's take a sporting activity. Describe the sports that you play. Describe a game or a sport that you play. You must say who you played with, where you played, and when did you start playing. So many 3 cues, and the 4th cue would be explain why you like playing this game. You take this question, the last part, that has to be personalized. That last question, which is always the lengthiest question, which will always have the lengthiest answer, and that you need to personalize. You have to say, how is it useful to me? What difference does it make to me? How important is this sporting activity to me? What difference does it make in my life? So that is exactly what the IELTS want you to do. You have to say, okay, now if I don't play this game, I don't feel very comfortable. Okay, I don't feel very energetic the next day. Like one day, if I don't play this game today, tomorrow morning I don't feel that I am full. I feel that I don't have the right kind of energy, stamina, and I feel a bit stiff. My entire body feels stiff. It's because I didn't play this game. So that is the kind of importance that you have to give to this question. Like you always have to personalize the last question. You wouldn't really score if you give a very common answer. Everybody gives, okay, it's good for our health. We have to play this game every day. It gives us exercise. It's understood. Okay, now if lack of exercise, how does that matter to you? That's more important. Like, this is a very, very common prepared answer. Everybody gives that answer. So the answer which you should be giving would be like, how does it matter to you? What difference does it make to your routine, your life? And I suggest whenever you are attempting a particular cue card, I suggest you use the maximum describing words. And I hope you all know what we mean by describing words. They are adjectives, adverbs, which are very important. I would say that any noun that you take, any pronoun that you use should be qualified, should be described. That's what we call as an adjective. Adjective is a word which qualifies a noun or pronoun, describes, tells more about. So every time you want to say some noun or pronoun, you should definitely use these adjectives and adverb, any verb, any action that you want to describe. Dog was barking at me furiously, so that is like an adverb. So that is, you talk about the weather. Let's say the weather is scorching today, means very hot today. So if your cue card topic will be incomplete, if not incomplete, you can make it complete, but it will not be fully complete. Like, you will not be able to score very good if you are not able to use proper adjectives and adverbs. That's one thing. Then yet again, it is all how you make it. Like, make it very logical, commonsensical. That's a word, and that has to be like that. Every cue card session should be like that. And you also need to use certain terminology when it comes to any particular topic. You're given a topic. There are some words which you have to, I repeat, have to use in your speech to score good in the IELTS, because topic vocabulary, that's what I'm talking about. Every time you're given a card in the cue card session, the moment you look at that card, you should give it a thought, like, where did I listen to this topic? Where did I, like, I wouldn't say that you didn't really require a PhD in a particular subject to talk, because you are a living being. You watch the news every day. You read the newspaper. You might have studied this throughout. Like, how many years have you spent in schools? In the schools, you might have been. We are all taught about every topic under the sun in the school. So it is possible that we have lost touch with the school syllabus and curriculum. But yet, when you get a topic, you definitely have to, like, give it a thought. Where did I hear about this first time? Or maybe I might have heard about it many times in the newspaper, in the media, everywhere. So think about that, and think about all possible words that you can particularly maybe use in this topic. Note them down. All the words. Simply write down the words. You can create sentences and ideas and points with simply words, vocabulary. Topic vocabulary, that's what I'm talking about. Now, just write down all the words that come to your mind on that piece of paper, and then bring your speech to that particular word. That means you have to use those words in your speech to make sure that you score better. And IELTS speaking is all about very natural speech. I think you should consider your examiner to be like as if you're talking to a friend, which is not always easy, because we all have this exam fear and all. But we have to, like, close our eyes and do it. Like, just be conversational with the examiner, and at the same time using topic vocabulary, academic words. Like, I would say that most of the students, everybody who is attempting to take the IELTS test, knows English. Everybody speaks English. Everybody writes English. But the difference is, we have to write and speak academic English, which means every time you want to use a general word, like, let's say, you say, I was happy. Instead of using the word happy, happy is a very general word. I was excited. I was overjoyed. I was overwhelmed. So these words, like, it is possible that in your speech you might need to use the same word, like the happy word, 2-3 times. So why not use the other words, like, I was excited, I was overjoyed, I was overwhelmed. So if you can use, that is the difference between a general speaker and academic speaker. And that is something you need to consider very seriously. So these are some outputs that I can give you about the second section, so the IELTS speaking module. You can stay connected with me. I will be online on this page, on this channel, on this YouTube channel, and this the name of the channel will be IELTS with Subhash, and I'll give you regular lessons. And you can also log on to a website. The name of the website is www.skyriseinternationalacademy.com. You can subscribe. You can go in there. I take online classes. I've got students from all across the globe, students from different countries. It's very hard to find an IELTS trainer, and I think I have a solution to your problem. Like, you can log into the website. You can buy packages from my website. And I'll be in here. I'll be giving regular lessons outputs. You can also and I want you to like my page on Facebook, which is Skyrise International Academy, and you can enroll with me for an online IELTS training session. I take sessions with several students on Skype, IMO. You can also WhatsApp me on certain numbers which I'll be giving out to you, and stay connected. I hope my lesson helps you, and if it does, do not forget to share my video, like it, and I am looking forward to your cooperation. Thanks a lot for listening to me. I hope I will be able to do better every time I come in front of the camera. Thanks.